Hello everyone, this is CVDub with the ODub Studios, and in today's video it's just going to be a quick rundown of the vehicles in HumanitZ, how they operate, what's different about them, and most importantly, how to get one up and running. For this video, I've selected the starter spawn because you're guaranteed to have a drivable vehicle spawn there, and all my settings are default. So quickly about the vehicles in HumanitZ, there's a wide variety of different vehicles. Some are front-wheel drive, some are four-wheel drive, some are all-wheel drive, some are rear-wheel drive. They have different MPG, they have different health stats, they have different handling and steering based on speed. Some brake better than others. They also have different amounts of storage. So as you can see here, we spawned with a Leap Rustler. And this one has the lower amount of storage because it's not really meant to haul stuff around. It's meant for off-roading. This is a all-time four-wheel drive. Now, about the vehicles, you have four components that you need to get them to run. You need a fan belt, a fuel pump, a battery, a starter, and a GPS is optional. You do not need that. When the vehicles spawn in, there is a chance for 1 to 2 of the components to spawn with the vehicle. They can also spawn with nothing. And there is also a chance that you can spawn with 3, which is incredibly rare, so don't really ever expect to see it. Now at the top, we have the condition of the vehicle. This is the overall health of the vehicle, irrespective of the parts. The parts also have their own conditions. And then we have the fuel, how much fuel is in the vehicle. Alternatively, you can come over to the gas tank and you can check the fuel there. And all you need to fuel your car is a jerry can with gas in it. You just have it in your inventory, you press the fuel key. It's important to note that a jerry can will not fit in your pockets, nor will a battery. So in order to lug those things around, you're going to need a backpack. Okay, I did some quick looting around, found a backpack, found a melee weapon and a sidearm, and we're ready to go. So, one thing to know about the starter spawn is there's always going to be a fuel can right here. Whether or not you want to use that on this vehicle is up to you. You may want to hold out and try to come across something more appealing. For now, I'm just going to dump it in here because I'm not going to lug it with me. Space is important early on, especially with a backpack like this. So taking another look, we need fan belt, fuel pump, starter. Now there are quite a few ways to actually obtain parts in the game. One of them that not everybody knows is you can actually destroy this, and there is a chance that one of the parts for the vehicle will drop. It'll be low quality, but it should be enough to kind of get you up and running. Unfortunately, a part didn't drop for us, but that's okay. A second way is to pilfer the parts from other vehicles that you find on the road. Now there is a chance that a vehicle will spawn if you go north and if you go south from here. So you have a few different options. And you can see we have a van that spawned here. Now this van has pretty terrible MPG. Doesn't have much gas in it. Doesn't have any parts, and condition's pretty terrible. So another way is to loot garage containers, sheds, stuff like that. So instead of pressing on, I went south because I know there are 2 other car spawns potentially down here. Just quickly show you on the map, I'm down here in E5. So we'll have a look at these areas and see if we can pilfer some parts. And of course, you know, you're going to run into resistance. It's not going to be simple. And if there isn't any, we do have the option to destroy some of these vehicles for a chance at a part. Here we go. Alright, let's see what we have. Nothing. There's no fuel in there. Another battery, which we don't need. This one's in much better condition, but I'm not interested in lugging it around. And so you can see it actually did spawn a battery there, which is what we don't need. Another option is the auto shops. Usually you can find parts at an auto shop. It's also has the chance for vehicles to spawn here. And let me show you on the map where this one is in relation to the starter spawn. So we start away down here in E4, and this one is in D4. So we'll have a look. Alright, that looks like that's all of them. Oh, spoke too soon. Okay, so we'll see if there's anything in here. Excellent. We got our fuel pump and a fan belt. Hardly any fuel in here. Conditions okay. And then there's this other spawn over here. And there's a starter. Those are all of our parts. And we'll take this fuel pump because it's in better condition. And also inside, you will see sometimes will spawn on the shelf. There's another starter. You'll have these auto shop crates. That's condition of 12. That's god awful. And then a repair kit. They're heavy, but they come in handy, especially if your only vehicle is in terrible condition. Along with the crates here, we'll just take them all. Oh, I didn't get that one. These can be destroyed, and there are parts in here. So let's just destroy one of them real quick and show you. Alright, so we're inside. Hose is very important for siphoning fuel from other vehicles. It's required. And then another battery. And I actually will take this one because it's much better condition than the one in the Leap Rustler. But you can see down here, now I am encumbered. Okay, so let's make our way back to the starter spawn and we'll get the vehicle up and running. Okay, and we're back. So we're going to pull this battery out of here because it's a 59% one. This one is 70. And we'll put it in the proper slot. Find a better fan belt. We have a pick of the litter when it comes to fuel pumps. There's one decent one. Decent starter. Now you don't have to click this repair button. Just you get them in and the vehicle will start. You just hold F to get in. Now, if you do choose to repair the vehicle with the repair kit, each of these components will get a little bit better in quality. If you have the mechanic profession, it's a significant increase compared to ones who don't. So we'll just go ahead and repair it. We're full here. Everything went up. Our fan belt's almost 100% now. So what? We'll go ahead and just throw these back here. And we'll take the fuel can. Fuel. So now that I use the can, now I have an empty jerry can, which I'll dump in here. So with an empty fuel can and a hose, if you find vehicles with fuel in them, you can siphon it. If you get fuel from a gas station, you just need the can itself. You don't actually need the hose. But now we have a working vehicle. And this one actually doesn't do too bad when it comes to off-roading. Alright, thanks for checking it out. Hopefully it was helpful.